Oh, looks like Brian's cat's joining us today. That's awesome. Hello, Kitty. Yep. He's looking. He's deciding whether we're going to be worthwhile or not. Normally at this time, I would drag out my cat to say, oh, yes, we are, but I'm not there.
Brian, stand in.
That's right. Hey, I wonder if that works for meetings he has to attend. Oops. Well, apparently it's
We can.
7. Go ahead. Say what you got to say.
It's an emulation. It's me, really.
Yeah. Well, he's. I guess I can say now he's very cute. So we're going to start the meeting. Welcome, everybody. I've got to get my slides up here so that we know it's really what you're in the right place.
Mm-hmm.
So welcome, everyone. It's May 14th.
Oh.
And now it's not going to do what I wanted to. Again, I'm working backwards. I thought when I was going out of town that meant I didn't have to run the meeting, but apparently with Zoom, it means I still do. So let's see. Here's our Rotary vision. And then our Rotary statement of valuing diversity. And then I just got this picture. We actually have a sunrise from Chris and Lisa in Florida. So they sent us a sunrise, so we get to see it on the correct side of the world, or the United States. And they're enjoying themselves there. And so let's do some introductions. I'm going to have to stop the share so I can see everybody. For some reason, I haven't figured this out correctly. So let's start with Zebu. Oh, sorry.
Mm-hmm. Hello, sorry about that.
That's okay.
I'm not very technologically savvy, so I have to have someone to support me.
Mm-hmm. That's quite all right.
Mm-hmm.
Zebu, do you want to introduce yourself? President Maggie asked.
Well, I do not. Weren't you supposed to introduce me?
Yeah, I will before your talk, but just let people know.
Oh, okay.
You're here.
My name is Jebu Jilani, and I'm president of Swat Relief Initiative, who's been working with a lot of projects with the Rotary Club of Arcata. We've been really happy with our relationship. And I also started the first Rotary Club in the Swat Valley. So we have that connection as well. Nice to meet everyone.
Yeah, welcome. We're really glad to have you with us. Hi, Raven. Good morning. Uh-oh, for some reason you're not connected. You may have a different, whoops, what's going on there?
Yeah, not yet.
That's okay, that's okay. So Raven, I don't think your microphone, you're using the same microphone. Maybe you need to check your settings. Who else do we see here today? We've got a laptop coming in. All right. And I think we've got a few other people who we expect, but we'll introduce them when they come. So for some reason, there we go. Sorry, guys. I knew this would be difficult, but I didn't know how until I started doing it. All right. So my mouse doesn't want to leave the first screen. Here we go. So I want to remind everybody about our raffle today. And today we have a old rupee from Pakistan. I also wanted to let you know that today is National Chicken Dance Day. So I suppose if we were all together, we would do the chicken dance. So just imagine that for a moment. And once again, another thing to thank the pandemic for. No, seriously, I just thought these guys are really cute. And my mom pointed out that we can't eat chicken today. So, because that just seems wrong. I wanted to continue on the theme of Mother's Day since it's still this week. It happened on Sunday, but every day should be Mother's Day. So I have here a few reasons I owe my mother that I wanted to share with you. And you can see them there. The mother taught me irony. I don't know if any of you had your mother say anything like this. Also, we learned about the science of osmosis. And we learned behavior modification. So there's a lot to thank your mother for. Wanted to just remind you again that May is Older Americans Month. I encourage you to learn more about services and people who are working to support older adults. Oops. There we go. So I asked Terry if she would read this to us today.
I am not old, she said. I am rare. I am the standing ovation at the end of the play. I am the retrospective of my life as art. I am the hours, connected like dots into good sense. I am the fullness of existing. You think I am waiting to die, but I am waiting to be found. I am a treasure. I am a map, and these wrinkles are imprints of my journey. Ask me anything.
Thank you, Terry. I just love this.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. And wanted to remind you also that there's still a few places left for the Still Kicking workshop that is coming up June 3rd. I sent everyone the link last week. If you want me to send it out again today after the meeting, I can do that. It should be really fascinating. So let's jump into some gratitudes this morning. I'm really happy that that we do this every week. I think it's nice to hear from people. So we are going to start today with Janice. And I'm going to stop sharing. There we
Good
go.
morning. I am going to make my gratitude short and sweet. I'm thankful for Zoom because I'm thankful that I'm able to join the meetings each week. I haven't been able to come in person to a meeting since 2017. So this year has been great for me to see everyone each week. And I'm grateful that I'm fully vaccinated. And I encourage all of you to get fully vaccinated too if you're not already. Being vaccinated, once again, I can work with my personal trainer at Houseport, and it's proof that doing anything, I don't actually work out, but doing anything is better than just sitting. And my third gratitude is I'm thankful that our sons can finally come and visit us this summer. We haven't seen them, we haven't been all together in person since the beginning of last March 2020. So that's my gratitude for today.
Thank you, Janice. I think those are good reminders for us about another aspect of inclusivity, you know, and how Zoom has enabled people to attend the meeting that couldn't attend. And so thank you for sharing that. And I'm glad you're getting to see your kids. That's great. That's great. So our other gratitude person was going to be Amy. We'll hold her off until, well, not hold her off. We'll hold her doing it until she's back. We can't hold someone off who refuses to come to the meeting. That's just impossible. So, so thank you again, Janice. Let's see. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to hear from our Rotarian of the Month, who is Brandi. And Brandi, I'm going to stop the share and then see if you can share. And if not, then I'll share from this side. Let's see what we got. Brandi Easter, folks.
So far, I have not been able to see. Oop.
Okay.
Seeing all the wrong ones.
Let me pull it up for you then. And
Okay.
let's see if I can do it for you. So you don't have to worry about that.
Okay. I'll just let you know when to advance.
Yeah, it's kind of, hopefully it came through right. The first screen, unfortunately, I see is a, hold on, is a,
Yeah, I did that deliberately in case you got ahead of me.
okay, go ahead.
So it should be my family at this point.
There we go.
Okay. Oh, we're seeing other parts of it. You can't do a full screen?
It didn't, the way it came to me, I wasn't able, it just, no.
Okay. Sorry about that, everybody. So good morning.
There we go.
Oh, yay. So being mindful of President Maggie's agenda today, I'm just going to share a few highlights of my two loves, which is photography and diving. And I'm going to be sharing some gratitudes all along the way. So for those out there who haven't yet met me because we've been in COVID, my name's Brandi Easter. I was born in Orange, California, and I am the eldest of three. This is a photo of my family, including my sister-in-law and my nephew in 2001. And Kevin is, both Kevin and Dana are younger than I. Go to the next one. This is the last photo that was taken of all of us in 2014. We haven't all been together even before COVID since. Go ahead and go to the next one. So I grew up in a mid-century modern Eichler home in Orange, and that's the only home that I ever knew. And there's parts of me that really miss it. There's a wonderful family in there now. In early 1997, Stacey Douglas, now Stacey Douglas Jones, introduced me to Rotary when we were meeting at the Golden Harvest during Kathy Moxon's year. And I became a blue badge later that year during Dick Johnson's presidential reign. Last year has been challenging for us on many levels. However, my first gratitude, I am grateful for our fellowship committee who gave members thoughtful gifts and cards throughout the year. Go ahead and go to the next one. And you have no idea, I'm gonna get all emotional, how much those gestures lifted my spirit. So thank you, fellowship committee. Okay, go ahead and flip to the next photo, thank you. I picked up my camera during Mr. Ferris's 8th grade class, and I haven't put it down since. After graduating from the University of California, Riverside in 1984 with an art degree, I found my path was taking more in the direction of commercial advertising instead of art. I fell into business, literally, starting to photograph for clients in 1987 while photo assisting for Greg Zajac down in Southern California. I filed my business license and became official in 1989. When I moved to Humboldt County, go ahead and go to the next one, please. In 1983, I continued my photography business and have been photographing for clients over the years. in studio, on location, from film to digital. Go ahead and go to the next, please. These are just a few samples of 34 years worth of stuff. Go ahead and go to the next one, please. With the recent cell phone technology becoming one of my fiercest competitors, and while business, go ahead and go to the next one. My business has been able to support myself, but I was not able to pay myself. So I applied and was offered an office manager's position at Arcata Economic Development Corporation in March of 2020, 2 weeks before the world went to hell in a handbasket. So like many businesses, COVID impacted my photography business. So I am daily grateful for both my day job at Arcata Economic Development Corporation, as well as all of my clients that helped keep Brandi Easter photography in business this last year. I don't know if there's another one after this. Yeah. And then I don't know if there's one more. Okay, so I had my first scuba diving experience in Southern California when I was 17, and it was a great, go ahead and stay right there, Maggie. I had my first experience when I was 17, and there's a great learning story. So all you divers out there, it's a story for another time. I officially became a scuba certified in 1987 on the island of Kwajalein in the Federated States of Micronesia, and there's more stories there, but that will wait for another time. In 1992, I had my first NorCal diving experience, free diving for abalone. You can go ahead and go to the next one, please. Shortly after I moved to Northern California, I became a member, and I moved up here in 1993. I became a member of the Humboldt Skin Divers, and I'm still a member. It's the 6th oldest chartered dive club in the state. I learned about CENCAL, or Central California Council of Dive Clubs, and competitive spearfishing. I entered my first competition. Go ahead and go to the next one. In 1997, winning the women's division. And then from there, I entered more competitions, gaining individual and team titles, earning the right to represent CENCAL on a national level, earning more titles, which ultimately earned me the right to represent the USA. Go ahead and stay there, please. In the first USA Women's World Competition in 2004 in Iquique, Chile. Every year, I keep thinking it's going to be my last year competitively spearfishing. However, I'm going to be heading to Beaver Lake. Go ahead and go to the next one. In Arkansas this July to compete in my second freshwater world spearfishing championships. Freediving and scuba diving, you can go to the next one, has taken me all over the world, where I have met some amazing people and dove and hunted different waters and different fish. Go ahead and go to the next one. And there's nothing more gratifying than selectively harvesting my own dinner. My passion for the diving and its resources has taken me to advocacy, speaking before the Commission on a variety of fishery regulations. And go ahead and go to the next one. As well as being a stakeholder in the Marine Life Protection Act process, representing recreational divers. Currently, I'm a volunteer citizen scientist scuba diving for Reef Check, an organization that helps provide data for better informed decision-making processes for the fishery managements. In 2017, after returning from a diving trip in Panama, I came home to a handwritten letter that began a profound journey that is still unfolding. A story that we will never know the full truth, and probably was the most difficult decision my late parents ever had to make. I learned I was not the oldest child. I have a 100% sister, go ahead and flip to the last image, please, who is 5.5 years older than I. Our friendship continues to grow, and I am grateful she is willing to invest in our relationship as much as I am. Her name is Jocelyn, if I didn't say so. Finally, to conclude my little thing, I am grateful to be fully vaccinated, and I look forward to when we can all meet and hug again. And I thank you for the opportunity for letting me share a little bit about me today.
Wow, thank you. This what a surprise, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
In fact, I'm going to take advantage of the new airline Avalo and do a really quick trip down to see her in the early part of June.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. That was great. So, Brandi, would you like to pick another Rotarian of the Month? And this will be the last one for the year, for my year. Would you like to pick someone? And I know it's hard to
Sure.
know who's done it. Oh, actually, don't pick some. That's not how we do it. Sorry. You pick a
Oh,
number.
you put it on the spinner thing.
Well, yeah, I asked you to pick a number between, and I'm hoping I have my list of people, or you guys will just be very surprised. Oh, here we go. Hold on. I'm so organized. Pick a number between 1 and 70.
35. I'll go right in the middle.
Pick another number. That one's been done.
18.
That's Melinda. Do you think we can get Melinda here for a meeting? I'll have to try. Let's do it. Thank you. Thank you, Brandi, very much.
Thank you.
All right. Let's go back to this. So now we're going to go into some service stuff. And I'm really excited about our newest Backpack for Kids volunteer. So Vanessa, do you want to tell us something about this pup?
Let's see. Yes, she's been with us for a week. Her name's Dolo. She is a golden doodle, and she's adorable, but I'm exhausted. We're getting up 3 times a night. But she can fetch and shake hands and sit. And it's been fun. I'll have her here this afternoon, or in the afternoons until about 2:30. If anybody wants to come say hello.
Well, I could say I can do all 3 of those things and I don't keep anyone up at night, but she's a lot cuter than I am, so a good call. So she supervised you and Mike and Tom and Monique with the backpack. So thank you all for helping out with that. I'm assuming we have someone ready to go for next week. And let's see. So I wanted to also just remind you that if you want to do any kind of media help with the campaign, media campaign, do it for the hugs. You can just let me know and I can send you the information. They will take audio or video advertisements or little statements. So either one. Has anyone had a chance to do this before, or has anyone done one yet? I know Greg's done them, but anybody else? Well, don't be bashful, folks. Also wanted to let you know that Santa Rosa West is doing a lockdown cookbook. So if there was a particular recipe that kept you sane during lockdown, or maybe one that helped you gain a lot of weight that's really, really good, you can send it on to May, and they will put it in the recipe book that they, I assume, are selling. So I didn't know if I saw Dustin this morning. And again, I don't have all my people in front of me because of the way this works. So we will wait a minute for Dustin next time. I also wanted to remind you guys about the convention that is coming up, that you all should have received information. That's not that far away anymore, good golly. So that's coming up, and it's a great opportunity to learn more about Rotary and projects that are happening in the world. And then I wanted to share a project real briefly here. I went to, Tom and I both went to the district's World Services Committee, where people get together on the district level and talk about projects and share information. And at this meeting, there were a couple of folks there who shared projects they were working on that needed a little extra help to get to the finish line in terms of the match that is needed to submit the grant. And one of the projects was this one, the Club of Sonoma Valley, doing a wash project in Nepal. And so this is kind of the background information on the project that we were really struck by. It's they're working in 3 different school areas, and this is Nepal, and Kathmandu is way over here. So this is way out here, very remote. And they are working with 3 different schools that will impact over 1,000 students. And what they're doing is constructing new sanitation facilities. They're going to be employing women to produce reusable menstrual pad kits because, again, the girls aren't getting to school or able to continue in school when they don't have proper facilities and menstrual supplies. And they're distributing these kits to the students so they can continue to attend. They're also looking at continuing to work on the healthy water and sanitation. So it's a great project. This is the funding. When we were at the meeting, they had gotten most of this match funding, but they needed a few thousand more dollars. And so we committed $500 out of my discretionary budget to help put them over the top. So we are now working in Nepal to help young women continue their education. So I thought that was pretty cool. At this point, I want to see if anyone has any announcements. And I know, Ceva, do you want to share your announcement?
Yes, Maggie, can you guys see me and hear me? I'm on my phone because my computer won't let me in to the meeting. Thank you for letting me speak about this. So I'm heading Jacoby Creek's fundraiser this year, and normally we do an auction, but this year we're doing an open air market. So we've gotten a lot of businesses to donate money so that we can go out into the community and buy items at full price from the local businesses that haven't been doing well. And then we're going to present it at this open air market, and it's going to be May 22nd, from 12 to 4. And I would really appreciate if any Rotarians aren't doing anything, if you guys could maybe sign up and come walk it and see if you like anything. We're going to have a gardening booth. So we'll have plants out there with gardening, really fun gardening stuff. Fresh cut flowers from different local businesses or farms, sorry, floral farms. And Sun Valley donated a lot too. And we'll have gift baskets from a lot of the local businesses around here that we bought at full price with money from O&M, Danco, and we had a couple other ones are coming through that haven't we haven't got the check yet, but yeah. So, and then also we're going to have a baked goods. So Tony's donated a bunch of cinnamon rolls and cake pops, and we're going to have pie place stuff out there. So it's basically just going to be, it's going to be very safe. That's why we would like for everybody to sign up if you can. You're more than welcome to come if it's last minute though, because we do have stuff for that, but it'll be at the track at Jacoby Creek. So it'll be just walking around the track, and all the booths will be like 10 feet apart, and it's going to be a really fun time. We're going to have a band playing off to the side, and we have a lot of really good Dutch raffle items. We have a Traeger barbecue and a really fun scooter and a bunch of gift baskets that the parents brought in. And anyway, but I would love if you guys don't have anything to do, if you could please come, and it would be a good time, and we can support Jacoby Creek, which you guys have supported a lot of, the mural and all the other stuff that you guys have done. Thank you.
Thank you, Ceva. Yes, we are supportive of the school, and it's another opportunity to show support. What time was that again now? Say the time and date again.
It's going to be May 22nd from 12 to 4. And I can send out a link if everybody doesn't mind, or you can go to jccef.org on our website. I've also posted it all over Hensel's page too.
Great. Thank you, Ceva.
Oh, and just really quick, sorry. And the money goes to supporting music and foreign languages, science, athletics, and all the activities, you know, that the kids really need. Music, or I said music. Okay, cool. I'm done.
Thank you, Ceva. Appreciate it. Yeah, it takes a village to raise kids, and unfortunately, the schools just don't have what they need all the time to make everything happen that are important aspects of education. So, Randy, I know you have an announcement.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. The Arcata Fire District has 4 new firefighter recruits, and they're from out of the area, and they're looking for places to rent. So apparently some rentals have been difficult to find. We may be putting them up at the Mad River Firehouse for a while until they can find a place. So if you know anybody that has some rentals, please contact our fire chief, Justin McDonald, at the district headquarters, and so that you can pass on the information to our new recruits.
Yeah, housing is definitely a challenge, but we don't want to lose these people because they can't find a place to live. We really, really need them here. So please talk to all your various sources, and thank you for that.
Randy, are they looking for like a house together to stay, or they want individual apartments, and what is their price range?
You know, I don't know, Ceva. I haven't met them yet. They're just arriving, and we don't really know them yet because they're from out of the area. So probably a mixture, I would guess. But if anybody, so we're just kind of throwing it out there because we don't quite know. I'm guessing some of them probably have families. I just don't know yet. So anything, if you have anything, I would say contact Justin, because we just never know what they're looking for.
Could you put his email in the chat, please? Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. That's great. And I wanted to check in because we do have another face in the crowd here that I wanted to say hello to and let her say hello to us. Hi, Nira. It's good to see you, and welcome. You want to say hello?
Hi, good morning.
Morning. Good to have you here. And let's see, and I know, Raven, I know that you didn't get to say hello and you put yourself in the chat, but is there anything you want to share with us about Interact?
One moment.
Right now we're just continuing to come up with ideas. I think today we're electing new leaders for next year, and that's really all that's happening right now.
Okay. Great. Well, thanks for joining us. Sorry, Nira, I didn't mean to cut you off. You okay? Okay. So we have our raffle, folks. Did everyone get a chance to jump in there and let's see, get your tickets? Let's see what we have going on. Here is a picture I found of Pakistan. I don't know, Zebu, if you recognize this beautiful mountain range, but I thought it was lovely. So, so we're in Pakistan today, and what kind of money are we winning, Nick?
All right, today's raffle prize is $80. for the big prize, there are only 8 balls left to draw from. So every time you play, you know, odds are getting better. Let's see who's going to be the first person to get drawn. And it's Rebecca. $5. I'll send that, add that to your prepaid. And final one. Let's see if they're going to be the big winner. And Craig. Craig plays every week and he wins often. $5, Craig. I'll send that to you through Venmo. Thank you guys for playing, and good luck next week.
Thank you, Nick. It's getting close. Something's going to be happening. I feel it. It's going to be next week, probably. All right. Thank you. So now we are going to go to hear our presenter, and I'm really excited about this. I'm going to turn it over to Howard to introduce her.
Yeah, thanks, Maggie. It's really a thrill for Zebu to visit us today and bring you up to date on the Pakistan projects that we've been helping to fund for several years now. We've funded the building of primary schools for 3 rural villages in this remote area of Pakistan, Swat Valley. Her grandfather was the ruler of that area before it became part of Pakistan. And she currently lives in Princeton, but she's continued helping the development of the Swat Valley that her grandfather began by setting up an agency that's called the Swat Relief Initiative. And it's only because of her as our contact and her also managing these projects that we've been able to have this opportunity for these primary schools. This past year, we've helped to fund the building of an addition to one of the primary schools at Zaray, and Zebu will tell us about that today. So please join me in welcoming Jebu Jilani.
Thank you, Howard, for that introduction. I really appreciate it. Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Howard, thank you so much for inviting me to speak at your club meeting today. It is a great pleasure to be amongst members of my favorite Rotary Club, and I'm honored to have the opportunity to update you on the schools that you have been supporting over the past 4 years. First, I would like to give you a little background on the Swat Valley and the work we do there. Swat is a popular tourist destination known for its legendary beauty, its emerald mines, lush green valleys, fruit-laden orchards, rivers, and snow-capped mountains. In 1961, the Queen of England came to Swat as a guest of my grandfather and called it the Switzerland of the East. I consider myself privileged to have grown up in such a beautiful place, known for its Buddhist history and sturdy people who are descended from Alexander the Great. Swat Relief Initiative, or SRI, was formed in 2009 to help the population deal with the catastrophic takeover of Swat by a group of militant Taliban who destroyed 300 girls' schools and prevented women and girls from leaving their homes to attend school and to do their jobs. SRI started out as a relief organization, but has since advanced to working in 5 sectors, which are education, primary healthcare, vocational training centers, which empower women economically, clean water and environmental projects, and community outreach. We started our education projects in 2013 in a one-room school in a remote mountain village called Isagat, situated at an altitude of 8,400 feet. And we now have 10 schools scattered all over Swat Valley in remote, inaccessible areas where there are no opportunities for children to get quality education. We started building these schools due to the efforts of Azadeh Khan, a board member and general secretary of our organization in Swat. I'm sad to inform you that we lost him last year to COVID. He was an amazing philanthropist who I admired immensely, as he had the heart of Mother Teresa and the mind of Aristotle and the soul of Rumi. He's also mentioned in Malala's book for all the work that he did to get out of school children into school. So he's pretty well known in the Swat Valley. We were introduced to the Rotary Club of Arcata in 2014. And since then, I've had the privilege of working with your club, starting with clean water projects and then to building schools. As always, we have upheld our SRI's promise to give 100% of your donations to our programs. It has been an amazing journey which has cemented our relationship and helped us educate hundreds of children. We started the Gatusar School in 2016 with funding from your club. In 2017, you were kind enough to help us build an addition to the school. In 2018, we built the Zaray School with your help. And in 2019, you funded an extension of the Zaray School. In 2019, we also finished building the Khawargade School with your support. And now we are in need of funding to build the addition of this school as well. Lack of education was a problem in remote villages like Zaray until SRI and the Rotary Club of Arcata built schools in these areas. People living in remote mountainous areas like Zaray, Gatusar, and Khawargade have been neglected for decades by the government of Pakistan. Due to difficulty in accessing these villages, they lack the most basic facilities for achieving quality of life. They are situated at altitudes of more than 8,000 feet rather. So it becomes extremely difficult for the children of the area to travel to other places to acquire an education. The schools that we have built are very important educational initiatives as they serve an underprivileged minority called Gujars, whose children, especially girls, never had access to education before our intervention. Gujars are the poorest and most downtrodden community of the Swat Valley and have suffered through 4 major disasters, including a Taliban takeover in 2008, army action and refugee crisis in 2009, mega floods in 2010, and a major earthquake in 2011. Gujars are scattered all over Swat, but SRI has concentrated its efforts on the Gujar community located in the northwestern part of the valley, where they have lived as menial laborers for communities, especially the land-owning Yusufzai tribes. Historically, to acquire land, the Gujars have moved to higher altitudes, and since no roads have existed in these remote areas, the government never built schools for them. Some families in this minority community occasionally send a son to travel long distances to get an education, but girls who lead restricted lives with no status in society are never sent to school. When we asked this community how they wanted SRI to help, they unanimously said that they wanted schools for their children so they could escape poverty and the rut of menial labor, which was their only option without education. Because of the remoteness of these areas, no governmental or non-governmental organizations work here, so we have become their only hope. To build our schools, SRI had to motivate these villagers to donate land to us. We had to also help these communities bulldoze a path to the area that the school is located in, so that the material for the building could be transported to the site. So far, we have built 5 schools for children in the Gujar mountain villages of Sangrai, Isagat, Gatusar, Zaray, and Khawargare. All these villages are located on mountaintops, overlooking stunning scenes and looking at the river down below. The population is scattered, and the main source of income comes from herding and limited terraced farming. One of the most vulnerable groups in these villages are women and girls who have suffered for generations as second-class citizens under a strict patriarchal society. Because of lack of education, most girls are forcibly married off between the ages of 11 and 15, setting the stage for a life of misery and hardship for the female population. Therefore, it was imperative that we help the female population in order to avoid childhood marriages by giving them access to quality education close to their homes. By helping us build these schools, you have given a major boost to the children of these communities who come from an underprivileged and downtrodden minority who have never had access to education before. Our last project in partnership with the Rotary Club of Arcata was the Zaray School extension. I will go over some pictures to show you the construction from start to finish. This school was supposed to be ready at the end of April 2020, but due to the COVID crisis and the resulting numerous lockdowns, our project was delayed by almost a year. We finally finished the Zaray School extension at the beginning of February 2021. The COVID situation in Swat Valley is very dire at the moment, as we have a 30% positivity rate. Our schools are in lockdown by government decree, and it is not clear when the school will reopen. These lockdowns have certainly affected the education of these children, since remote learning is not an option due to lack of technology, electricity, and non-availability of the internet. I would like to end by telling you the story of a disabled boy called Zareen Khan, who is a student in our Zaray school. Zareen Khan is a 7-year-old boy that I met while visiting the village of Zaray. As the children ran to gather around me to enroll in the school, Zareen Khan came lagging behind them on his crutches because he had lost his left leg a few years ago when he fell off the roof of his house. Zareen Khan found it very difficult to walk in the rough mountain terrain he lived in, but was nonetheless very eager to enroll in the new SRI school. His parents told us that they were very worried about him going to school, as the other children always taunted him because of his disability. We told Zareen Khan's parents not to worry, as we would take Zareen Khan to a hospital in the capital and treat him for his disability. After we got Zareen Khan an artificial leg, he was able to walk again, and his parents felt comfortable sending him to the school. Zareen Khan was extremely happy and couldn't wait to take admission in the new school, and is really proud to be the first person in his family to get an education. I want to thank your club because you have given children like Zareen Khan hope and a chance to get an education so they can have the opportunity to have independence and success in life. Thank you very much. And if anyone has any questions, I will be happy to answer them.
Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. I want to, I'd like to take some questions, but I want to do something, and I'm sorry, Howard, if I embarrass you, but I want to really say that Howard has been such a leader and advocate for these schools and for this project and for our ongoing relationship with Zebu and the schoolwork. And Howard, I just think, you know, sometimes you just kind of sit in the back and don't take credit and just get things done. But I just feel like it's important to acknowledge your work in this and your constant desire to help these, especially these girls. And I just think it needs to be acknowledged. So thank you so much, Howard. So are there questions that anyone would like to ask or comments? I have one, I think, forming. You talked about the young women, the girls, and their lack of opportunity. Are you seeing with the schools and with these things, have you seen, what do you see? How do you see it change these girls, their lives? What have you seen? What can you share about that?
I think it's given them a little bit of respect in society. I think because they have the opportunity to study and they have hopes that, because, you know, we've been talking to them that if you educate both your sons and your girls, they become equal, and they can be. The reason why male children are prized is because, you know, they can earn for the family and the women cannot. So we tell them that once you give your child the opportunity to get an education, then even your girls can be, earners in the family. So once they realize that, you know, girls can also be a source of income, because they're very poor people and that's the priority for them. So I think it's raised respect for them. It's given them, it'll give them opportunities to become teachers. I mean, there are very few professions that are available to women, like, you know, becoming a teacher in a girls' school, or, you know, just basically sometimes they'll allow their child to become a nurse, but it's very rare, but it's basically, you know, teachers. They also become doctors, but for someone from such a remote area, it's difficult. But, you know, what we are planning on doing is that once these girls graduate from these schools, we will give them a scholarship to stay in a boarding school in the capital, so they can do their further education. In fact, there are a couple of girls that we have given a scholarship to and brought them to the capital, and they're living there and continuing their education.
Great, that's great to hear. Thank you. Anybody else? questions or comments? Right. Well, we really appreciate hearing directly from you about what's been happening and how our support has supported you. And in appreciation, we are going to be giving a donation to our local Tri-County Independent Living. They support people with disabilities to live in the community and in a way that they wish to live. And so thank you. And we will make that donation in your honor.
Thank you. That'll be great. I think that is something that's a very noble thing to do.
Thank you. And I know that our new Rotary year starts July 1st, and I know that our World Community Services Committee will be meeting and plotting their course again, and I know Howard will be there to support and encourage our continued work with you. So I feel good about that, and I look forward to hearing more and seeing what we can do to keep helping the students that you help in the community. You're a treasure of your country, and it's good. I'm honored to know you. I feel very honored to know you just a little bit. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah. So if there is no other announcements or things anybody wants to share, I miss my kitty, and this is him here with his boa and his red boa, and Terry got to go and visit him and take care of him a little bit for me. So thank you, Terry. And I'm sure he'll be fine, but I hope you all have a perfect weekend. And I'm using, just so you know, I'm using, well, I guess I found my bell, and later today I might use it to make something delicious. But you know, when you're out traveling, you have to improvise. I brought the gavel, but I was not going to pack the bell. So anyway, have a great weekend, everybody. Whoops, wait, can't hold it. There you go.